LSU, number 32, Shaquille O'Neal. David Steele.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to the first jersey retirement ceremony for the Orlando Magic. This season, we are celebrating the 35th anniversary of Orlando Magic basketball. We couldn't be more excited for our program this evening. It is really going to be special. We appreciate everyone in attendance that stayed, and we thank everyone around the world that's tuned in to watch tonight as well. We're grateful that so many of Shaquille's former teammates were able to come out and celebrate with us this evening as well. So many familiar faces in this crowd, especially here right in front of me, and it's so great to have everybody together again tonight. Back in 1988, I was broadcasting games for the Florida Gators, and then the Orlando Magic came calling. And I tell you, the opportunity to get a front row seat every night to watch the greatest athletes in pro sports, it was too tempting to turn down. Those early years here in Orlando and downtown Orlando were truly magical. A preseason win against the defending NBA champion Pistons was celebrated like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. We had the Catman, we had Ice, we had Reggie, we had Nick and Dennis and Skiles and JT Money. We had them all. But one thing we didn't have very much of, wins. Those first 3 years, they were few and far between. But that began to change on the fateful night of May 17th, 1992, at the NBA Draft Lottery. Pat Williams, who's here tonight, he sat at the desk in Secaucus with 10 other NBA officials. Pat tells the story that he had a brown paper sack under the table in his lap. Inside the sack was a Magic jersey with the name O'Neal on the back. You know, it turns out that, as Pat tells it, the other 10 NBA team reps also had a Shaq jersey with them too. But when Commissioner David Stern called out that #1 pick, it was Pat Williams who was able to hold up that Magic jersey for the world to see. And everyone in the room, everyone around the basketball world knew how impactful that lottery luck would be for the Orlando Magic. On the court, Shaquille O'Neal, a ferocious force of nature, the likes of which had never been seen. Better than 7 feet tall, sleek, chiseled, careening around the court, throwing caution to the wind like there was no tomorrow. That rookie season, Shaq averaged 23.4 points. Rookie season, 13.9 rebounds, and 3.5 block shots per game. He was an NBA All-Star as a rookie. He was Rookie of the Year. Even finished 7th in the MVP voting. In his time in Orlando, he terrorized and dominated opponents, brought down a basket in Phoenix, then later that season absolutely ripped one, a basket standard down in New Jersey, almost took out a couple of net players in the process. And most importantly, the Magic began winning some games, a lot of games. From 21 wins the year before his arrival to 41 wins his rookie season.
Thank you, David, and good evening, everyone. Magic fans, tonight we celebrate a legend that is our own, a legend who began his career right here in Orlando. Tonight, we celebrate one of the greatest players in NBA history, who firmly put the Orlando Magic on the map in the very early years of our existence. When the Magic won the #1 pick in 1992 draft lottery, we knew he was our pick, Shaquille O'Neal. We all knew him as Shaq, but he went by many names. Shaq Fu, Shaq Diesel, the Big Shaq Rock, the Big Aristotle, the Big Baryshnikov, Shaq Daddy, and of course, our original Superman. After we drafted him in 1992, Shaq immediately began to establish his legend as not just one of the greatest basketball players ever, but as a pop culture icon. It was evident as soon as he stepped off the plane from the draft right here in Orlando. I remember meeting him as he stepped off the plane, and there he was, wearing a pair of Mickey Mouse ears. Shaq the Entertainer had arrived. And from there, the legend on and off the court skyrocketed. The media attention that surrounded Shaq and our franchise immediately brought international acclaim to our city. Everywhere the Magic traveled, it was like traveling with rock stars. Crowds of hundreds at our hotels on the road, regardless of what time in the early hour of the morning that we arrived. Shaq had put the Magic on the map in just the first few years of our existence. Shaq made an immediate impact on the court, increasing our wins from 21 in 92 before he arrived and to 41 in the 92-93 season, just missing the playoffs due to a tiebreaker. From there, our team and Shaq's career was off and running. His play on the court led us to the 1995 NBA Finals, one of the fastest appearances by a new franchise in the NBA Finals in NBA history. This was the foundation of a legendary career as he won NBA Rookie of the Year in his first season and went on to lead us to our first franchise playoff appearance in 1994. The first 4 of his 15 NBA All-Star appearances were with us, as well as making his first All-NBA teams 3 times during his time here in Orlando. 4 times he was named NBA Rookie of the Month here, not to mention the numerous NBA Players of the Week and NBA Player of the Month awards that he won right here in Orlando. The foundation of a Hall of Fame career started right here. Today, Shaq still ranks amongst the Magic all-time leaders in several categories, including block shots, rebounds, free throws made, field goals made, and points scored. His 27.2 points per game average is still the 2nd highest in team history. And of course, Shaq didn't just put the Magic on the map with his play, but also with his personality. As soon as Shaq arrived in Orlando, he became a pop icon with his side gigs as a rapper, movie star, late-night show guest, and of course, his practical jokes. Shaq, I will never forgive you for the day that you wrapped me up in medical tape after practice and left me at mid-court just because you didn't want to talk to the media that day. But who could forget the early morning that we arrived in Sacramento on a back-to-back West Coast game, and you disguised yourself in a wig, a long coat, and hat, and completely faked out the hundreds of fans that were at the hotel and slid into the hotel unnoticed, completely unnoticed. Hard to believe it, but if anyone could pull it off, it was Shaq. And of course, who could forget the broken baskets? Shaq, we're proud to call you our own and proud to honor you as the first player in Magic history to have their number retired in the rafters here at the Kia Center, as well as one of only 3 players in NBA history to have their number retired by 3 different teams, alongside Pete Maravich and Wilt Chamberlain.
you all for joining us for this very special evening. On behalf of the entire DeVos family, many who have joined us here this evening, we could not be more excited about this special celebration. Shaq, you represent Magic basketball in so many ways, and we are honored to further cement your legacy here this evening. I know a couple important people who wish they were here tonight. Philip Harrison and my father, Rich DeVos. But I know that they are smiling down on us as we recognize your incredible career. And we're also so glad to welcome your mother, Dr. Shaquille O'Neal, and your family to celebrate this occasion with us also. It is also amazing to see all these people, other Orlando basketball legends and members of our Magic family in this building to show respect and gratitude for the impact that you have had on their lives and the lives of so many others. In recognition of this tremendous achievement and your now retired number, 32, as we all know, the DeVos Family Foundation is proud to present a $53,232.32 check to the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation. We trust that your legacy has only just begun. Thanks and congratulations, Shaq.
I'm going to go in a different direction right now. Before I get into you as a basketball player, I want to let everybody in this building know the impact that you've had on me and my family. My wife Kay and I, our children, we're all avid tennis players. Kay and I, getting up in years a little bit, we make sure that we all have a lifetime supply of Icy Hot to take care of us after we get done playing tennis. We have a lot of cars in our family too, and every one of those cars is insured by the General. And every Friday night when we order those Shaq-a-Roni pizzas, you can only drink Pepsi with your Shaq-a-Roni pizza. Now, you were pushing Buick for a while, and I went and looked at the Buick, but I was like, that's just not me. So I went out and bought a Kia. I hope you don't mind. Big fella, you came into the league, your combination of size, strength, and athleticism was something that really hadn't been seen in the NBA until you came in. Your agility, your talent, your basketball IQ, you were a game changer from the day that you came into the NBA. Together with your teammates, our ride to the 95 finals was the 95 playoffs, culminating with an appearance in the 95 finals, galvanized this entire city of Orlando at that time, which was not an NBA city, and established the Magic as an elite franchise in the NBA.
Good evening, Orlando. Good evening, Orlando. I'm so happy to be back home. This is home to me, so thank you guys so much for making me feel at home. Right now, I want to thank, first and foremost, the DeVos family. They were so influential in making all of this happen, so thank you guys so much for everything that you did for us and this whole entire crew. Thank you. Big fella, my brother. First off, man, I want to congratulate you. Tonight is definitely deserving, but I want to go even further. Not the only champion you, but the father you are and the son that you are to see in your family right there. This is Shaq's family and his beautiful mother. Give it up for them. It's bigger than basketball. It really is. I also want to congratulate you on your career, man. I wanted to win a championship with you so badly, but I did admire everything that you did moving forward. I did. Everything that you did. From when I first saw you when you got here, when I got here, you were just a big that ran the floor exceptionally well, dunked everything, and just intimidated everybody to a jump hook and then a fadeaway. You started working on your game every single year, and I started seeing it, and I knew that you were going to keep going higher and higher every year because that's how you drove yourself, but you also drove me in the same way. You made me great watching you become great. There's no way I make a first team All-NBA. There's no way I make an All-Star team. There's no way I win a gold medal in '96 with you without you being there to help thrust me and keep driving me to the next level. So I owe my entire career to having you in my life, bro, just to see it. The funny thing is, you know, Shaq was telling a story about Blue Chips and who was this actor. You know, he's so charismatic and funny, but I made sure every day on the movie Blue Chips, because we played regular basketball, we didn't act, that I didn't shoot one ball all summer. I passed him the ball every time. I knew where my bread was buttered, and I wanted to be an Orlando Magic player to play with him in his career because I love Magic Johnson. I know he idolized Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I felt like we could do some serious things together here in Orlando, and we did. It was special being here with him. It sure was. I just hope that you cherish this day with your family, with your former teammates, myself. It was an honor to be here. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I have to leave tomorrow to have a game. I'm the coach at Memphis now, if you guys don't know. I wouldn't have missed it for the world, brother. I love you, man.
Man, oh man. Orlando, how you feel tonight? Orlando, how do you feel tonight? So I'm gonna start off, because my mom couldn't be here tonight, so I'm gonna start off thanking Mama Lucille. Please stand up and give Mama Lucille a lot of love, because she raised this big knucklehead. Love you, Mom. My mom told you to tell you, love you, baby. The next person I want to thank is Pat Williams, because being in Philadelphia, he flew down to Central Florida and convinced David Stern, may rest easy, that you guys would love NBA basketball. Pat Williams, thank you. Thank you. I also want to thank a gentleman who believed in myself, who believed in Penny, who believed in Nick and Shaq to get this thing started, John Gabriel. Without John Gabriel believing in us, this franchise doesn't get started and get going the way it's going. So the biggest question I've gotten since we knew this jersey retirement night was coming is, what was Shaq's impact? Well, I think we all know that TV-wise, winning-wise, becoming internationally known is because of him. David Steele, where are you? You over here? So David Steele and I had a show called The Dennis Scott Show. He was my host. And we're at Shaq's house, being foolish, doing what we do. My phone rings, and my assistant says, where are you? I said, I'm chilling, I'm at Shaq's house. We're supposed to be at a show. It's the show tonight. I'm like, oh, snap. Shaq said, I'll be back. Runs upstairs to his closet, comes downstairs with 2 Rastafarian wigs, and we show up to the show. Hey, man, hey, David, man, we're sorry we're late, man. Shaq tire flew down, hit a flat tire. Am I lying? If you notice, I haven't talked much about basketball, because that's how we connected. We connected as men first. As young, crazy kids at 22 years old, basketball was basketball, but being people and having fun with life, our mothers being best friends, now our kids communicating their friends. To me, that's bigger than basketball.
legend, number 32, Shaquille
I want to say thank you so much. I have many wonderful magic memories. There's no other place I would have wanted to start my career. Orlando will forever have a special place in my heart. It's Kazam, get it right. It's a real honor to be the first Orlando Magic player to get his jersey retired. Although I would have expected to be number 2. Nick Anderson, come up here. I always thought if they were going to do retired jerseys, you should be the first. You were the first superstar here in Orlando. And I appreciate you, for sacrificing for me. You could have took the shot every time, but you threw it in. So, again, I definitely want to come back here when your jersey gets retired. So thank you very much. Stay up here. Penny Hardaway, get up here. Penny, you told a lie in your speech. You said that you wouldn't have been you if it wasn't for me. I could say the same thing, brother. I owe you everything. I didn't know who you was, and then we started shooting blue chips, and it was in my contract. My agent, Lynn Armato, we put in our contract that we play ball every day. And I went to him, I said, who is this damn actor throwing me the ball every time? Is he in the NBA? And they said, yes, Penny Hardaway. And I can remember Dennis saying, hey man, you gotta go upstairs and, tell him you want Penny Hardaway. So I called John, and I said, John, you know about this guy, Penny Hardaway? He said, well, we can't get him. I said, well, John, you need to get him. So they picked Chris Webber, and I was eating some Papa John's and eating Pepsi, and I tore my damn house up. I was like, damn it, John. And then John and Alex called me and said, watch this. And then they said, David Stern said they made a trade, and when Penny came here, I know we was gonna do some special things. So I appreciate you very much, and I wouldn't be here without you. So stay up here, because even though you guys are celebrating me, this is definitely our night, and I want you guys to celebrate this night with me. Tracy McGrady is another player going to have his jersey retired. Dennis Scott, get up here. We could tell when Dennis was speaking, we could tell he was a little drunk, but that's okay. Special night tonight. Dennis was the guy that taught me how to be a professional. When I first got here, I didn't know anything about anything. Me and my greedy family, we stayed at the airport Hilton. Our bill was $960,000. And then Dennis came and said, hey man, you gotta get a house. I was like, I don't know how to get a house. I thought the Magic was gonna do that for me. So he introduced me to a realtor. I got my mom and dad a house in Lake Mary. I got myself a house in Alworth, and he just taught me how to be professional. So again, guys are celebrating me, but I wouldn't be here without you guys, especially you guys. So again, Grant Hill's another guy who can have his jersey retired. So, they had the ring of ceremony, I think 4 or 5 years ago, and I actually thought I was getting my jersey retired that night. And then I went upstairs and we did a little thing in a press conference, like, when am I getting my jersey retired? I was like, no, they don't do that here. I was like, damn. but I admit 32 looks good up there. Thank you. If I had two wishes today, my first wish would be is that my father, Sergeant Philip Harrison, was here tonight. Without him, my success, thank you. Without my father, my success and accomplishments in basketball would not have been realized. He believed in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. He gave me guidance, he gave me encouragement, he gave me discipline, he gave me ass whoopings. So this honor is for him too. And my second wish, I wish the legendary Rich DeVos was also in attendance. He saw potential in a young kid from LSU. He took a chance on me, and for that I am forever grateful to him. Your legacy endures, sir, and your impact on my life will never be forgotten. Also, I want to thank Dan DeVos, Alex Martins for his recognition. Special shout out to my mama, Lucille. For her unwavering support and unconditional love, and her ass whippings also. Love you, mommy. Also want to thank my 7 children who never stop inspiring me to be a better father and a better man. Also want to thank my brother Jamal and my sister Latifah, and hopefully my other sister Aisha is in heaven watching this ceremony alongside my father and Mr. DeVos. I want to thank the whole Orlando Magic organization, former teammates here. Guys, come on up here with me. Everybody, come on up. Greg, Joe Wolf, Todd, you used to foul the shit out of me in practice. You come on up here too. Donald Royal, Joe Wolf, Keith Tower, Tree Rollins, John Concack, Greg Kite, all the former teammates that I play with. Coaches, Coach Hill, come on up here. Doesn't Coach Hill look like Bob Barker? Coach, I'm not into elderly men, but goddamn, you look beautiful, sir. And thanks to John Gabriel, Pat Williams, and I want to thank the fans. I know you guys could have been anywhere. You stayed for me. Appreciate you staying. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to wear the blue and white. Orlando will forever hold a special place in my heart. I'll always be proud to be part of this Magic franchise. Thank you all, and I appreciate you very much. And thank you guys. Without you guys, there would be no me. Greg, Latero, all you guys, I want you to stand up here with me because it's never about me, it's about us, and I couldn't be me without you guys, especially JTMF Money. And the MF stands for exactly what you think it stands for, JTMF Money. So I want to appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out. And to the DeVos family, whenever you want me to quit TNT and come back home, you give me a call. I'll be here in an instant. Love you guys.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. People wanna try to where I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here, being fun.